There's no manual how to get to that bag. You gotta be a dog. These coaches' freedom, whether it was Kelly from the beginning, Mark, y'all now, we are not okay getting our whipped. And that's why we're good.
Freedom Eagle, Freedom High School, Darryl over 14-0.
A freedom by 40 mentality isn't necessarily talking about the school. Freedom by 40 is really just a mentality that we have. Like, you have to feel like that's what we have to do to win. Whether it's making it through the school day, doing your schoolwork, we gotta win by a mile. We gotta overcome more than just the regular margins.
I started playing for Coach O when I was 10 years old. And, you know, we've been able to build our relationship from there, so.
Yeah, my whole life, you know, growing up with Coach O, my uncle, yeah. I just been around it my whole life, been around the atmosphere, knows what's been going on when I came here. You know, I just been enjoying it. OTF means a lot to me, you know, and yeah.
Before I started playing with Coach O, I played with the Spartans, so I eventually went to Coach O for 13U. That was my first time playing with Coach O. Coming from a team that was losing to the playmakers all the time, finally getting on the other side and winning games, it was a good experience.
Caleb Tucker, class 26, and quarterback. So last season, it was my first year being with him. So it was really different from youth football to now. A lot more yelling, screaming, got to do this, got to do that.
Accuracy crazy, ridiculous.
Terrible. No. But I want you to have that same arm 5 years from now.
Your arm crazy.
Your arm is crazy.
Let's go.
But Caleb, you throw the ball like you playing catch with your kid.
Right.
Let's go, Eagle.
Playing like Steve Allen about to come try to knock your head off. You gotta keep your.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Get him moving. 1, 2, 3. Hitch up.
Great.
I've been playing at Freedom since 10th grade year. It was definitely an eye-opener coming from where I was coming from. And then I came to Freedom, it was a whole different ballgame, 90-day difference. So I feel like definitely coming here definitely made me better.
I've been playing with Coach O since I left Coach Jeff, so that was 10 years. I say that once I got to high school, I seen it was real. And then, cause when I was with the young guys, with playmakers, it was two different things. It feels great to play with Coach O because he gives you opportunities that you want, and he just gives you a lot of opportunities.
Go.
Good, Juju. Good, Juju.
Take his back. What's it like playing for Coach O? It's just fun. It can get real serious at times, but ultimately, you're here to play football and be a better man and win football games.
Big up. Linebacker what? Who blocking him? You got what? A got double to the backside backer, correct? When Juggernaut is in, you can play in. When he's in, you need to be a no. He can't be in there. He getting manhandled. We didn't necessarily, it wasn't like this was formed to be a pipeline for freedom. We were involved in the youth because we loved the youth from the beginning. When I was an assistant coach at Colonial Forge, we were doing this. It's just panned out that way because our organization, like you said, you got 11 teams. You got kids that drive here from Virginia Beach, West Virginia, Richmond, Maryland, DC, to be a part of the youth. So again, I think that's where everybody gets the misconception that we started PME when we got to freedom. We had PME 3 years before we ever got to freedom. Also on the other side of that, kids everywhere we've coached through PME from the youth and our travel 7-on-7 teams. The starting quarterback at Colgan 2 years ago played for us on 7-on-7. Starting kids from Woodbridge, Hilton, Garfield, everybody at some point has played for us, whether youth or 7-on-7. So again, it's not necessarily a freedom thing. It's separate. I know everybody associates it. It's separate, and like you said, it just evolved. Hey, listen up. First day in pads. Physicality need to be at an all-time high. Everybody understand that? All right, we staying off the legs, but we're being physical, finishing, running through. We're going to separate the men from the boys. You're going to understand why everybody can't play here after today. Physicality need to be at an all-time high at all times. Darkside on 3, 1, 2, 3. Darkside. On the job, let's go.
You know it, baby. Somebody get a fuck.
Hurry up.
My name is Jonah Fuga. I play O-line, and I'm a class of 2025. I've been around the system and the organization since I was like 5 years old because I had a brother who came here, and he was around Coach O and other coaching staff. So it got me, inspired me to keep on going with my own path and keep on playing football and hoping to go succeed. It's my future.
Good around. Good, DJ. Good score.
Out, Courtney. Good job. Jog out. I told you, I get it. I've been there before.
Go.
Hey, we finna see. Walking the pass or just yeah, we trying to see. Hey, we finna see who rocking these pads for sure. Or just one of these. Or the flicks. Or who actually want that smoke. Free smoke.
It's over. That's an old lineman. It's over.
Get back.
You got behind you. He passed you. Go, Justin. God damn.
Justin's going on over there.
Damn. Hey, going on over there. Hey, let's go, Justin.
Justin, good job. Come on, run back.
Justin, don't run back. Marcus, that job.
Hey, good job. We know they're going to take you over there. Hey, we know they're going to take you over there. But we want to see what's in here. Get out.
Oh, my God. Good night.
Wrap it up. All right. Great practice. That was a Darkside freedom practice right there. All right. I like the tempo. It was less walking around today. All right. We got better in every single period. Every single period we got better. All right. Kelly, I'm pushing you because we need you to be a player. Clearly you're not in shape, but you can play. So it's my job, with the help of these gentlemen, to get you there. To get you there. That's just his example as far as what was taking place. Not that you was doing something awful, but you wasn't doing. If you was at 0-2, that was good enough. It's not good enough here. Okay, that's everybody on down. It just happened to be him today in those moments. It's a standard that we have that we got to live up to that is non-negotiable. It does not go away. You just did the gauntlet drill. Blocking, moving your feet, cool. Make a move, get past them. Cool, right? There's no manual how to get to that bag. You gotta be a dog. These coaches' freedom, whether it was Kelly from the beginning, Mark, y'all now, we are not okay getting our ass whipped. And that's why we're good. If you're okay getting your butt whipped, you can't play here. I don't care if it's a gauntlet drill, if it's inside run, if it's 7-on-7. If you're okay getting whipped, you can't play here. That's all we want to find out. I want to see you fall on the ground back here and be crawling to get to that bag. It's just a test of your will. That's it. That's all it is. I'm happy with what we've done today. Very happy. But it's only day one. It's only the first time. We got to get better than we were today every single day. That's the great thing. We can get better than we were today. Every single day. Coaches did a great job, phenomenal job, all the way across the board. All right, teaching on a lot of areas, getting a lot of guys mental reps. All right, that's what we have to do. Keep saying this. In the scrimmages, you're going to play. You're going to play. Everybody out here, if we can put you in the game and you know what you're doing, you're going to play. All right, I love it. I love the competition. I love everything I saw. We did not lose execution when we started being physical, and that's what tends to happen when you put pads on. You lose execution the first day. We didn't do that.
What Coach O has taught me to be on the field is to be a great mentor and be a great leader.
He's a genius when it comes to, the things he draws up and, each week bringing a different opponent. I feel as though, he's definitely the top coach that I've ever been with, that I ever played with, even within the county, state. I feel like he's definitely the best coach because, the stuff that he draws up and the things that he realizes on film, on tape, that I don't even realize, So it's just the little things that he pays attention to, small details, and it translates to us, and he translates it into us onto the field when we're going over things at practice, and I feel like that's what's separating.
Whether it's youth football or high school, the expectation and the standard is to be good and compete at a high level and win. I think when you set that as a precedent, parents, everybody's involved, when they commit to that standard. Vice versa, I was speaking in another county and I heard a youth organization and a high school organization kind of speak, not down, but kind of inferior on their own organization and their kids. We're on the reverse side of that with the youth. People will tell us, I don't think my kid's good enough to play PME. And again, you're talking about 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kids. That's not necessarily true. I mean, they all gotta be developed and coached, but it's a mindset. So people have that mentality that, PME or Freedom, they're good. Other things, a misconception, and we actually love it, is all the kids that play PME don't come to Freedom. Okay, we started PME before we were ever at Freedom. The best kid at almost every school played for PME. If it's Chris Jones at Fairfax High School, #1 linebacker state played PME. Daniel Coles at Brook Point played PME. Victor Horn at Colonial Forge played PME. Usually the best kid at all schools played Playmakers Elite at some point just because we're such a big organization.
Hone in and pay attention. Hey, real quick, listen to me. You're right. Even if you're not in, you need to pay attention. We can't keep going over the same thing over and over and over again, bro. Pay attention. You already know this stuff, man. We can't go through the same stuff over and over again, fellas.
And make sure the coach tell us we can't do that today. We're being too aggressive. You understand?
Hey, focus, pay attention, and let's get this money, man. Hey, FSU on me, FSU on 3. Whoa,
hey, Tyson, that's why we doing the extra work that we doing. There ain't no punishment over here, man. It's hard work. Good job right there. Good work. Hey, front line on 3, 1, 2, 3. Front line. Good job, man.
All right, clap it up. All right, listen, good week of practice, okay? We finished with the gauntlet. Again, just being physical, figuring out a way to get it done. All right, we do the gauntlet. I know it's fun, but the main message is you have to figure out a way to get it done. Period. At the end of the day, like I tell you, that's what football comes down to. Which team got more guys that's willing to say, figure it out, and how many guys is okay, we're getting their butt whooped. All it comes down to. All right, again, good practice, good tempo. Again, I like the growth that I'm seeing. Us being able to run the young guys in and out on both sides of the ball. All right, I'm liking that. All right, young guys, especially over here in this offensive group, the physicality, though, is not there. All right, you're going through your plays a little better, but the physicality is not there consistently, especially up front on that second line. Okay, receivers in that second group, a little better job blocking, but please understand, if Tyson, you're in, I'm not saying JV, I'm saying second group of guys. If Day, you're in, DJ, Antonio, whoever, Raymond, I do expect you to block Kai and EJ and give effort. I do. I do. Just like if you're on defense, I expect you to come up and thud them and be able to wrap up. All right? We are not preparing for JV games. We're going to win JV games. We're preparing for Friday night games, varsity contests. If you can't block varsity people, why would I ever put you in a varsity game? I'm supposed to wait to see it in a varsity game? Same thing goes for the guys up front on the O-line, that second group. You must be able to block varsity football players. You come up here talking about, I can't go against the JV? Who is that? Who did you have in mind? Give me a name. Hurry up, Mike. Give me one lineman's name on JV. You had a. So, again, Mark, he thinks you a JV lineman, so he thinks you're inadequate to the other guys. All right, that's the problem. There is no separation of division here. It shouldn't be. We just play JV so the people practicing hard all week can play. He thinks you're inferior to the rest of the people. At some point, that got to change for everyone. Do you understand that? Okay? So if we're saying JV offense or defense, yeah, we're identifying guys that we think going to play. But bottom line is I'm expecting you to come out here versus whoever we put over there and compete. Dalen's a backup lineman, maybe, maybe not. Weedy's the next guy in, maybe, maybe not. Trey's the next guy in, maybe, maybe not. In the secondary, it's one guy, Juju on the sideline, then it's Day, then it's Darryl, Kyrie, Raymond, correct? So why are you inferior to those guys? Who's saying that? Only person saying that is you in your mind. We throwing you fades and periods versus Kai, EJ. We expect you to catch the ball. Does everybody understand the mindset? Everybody understand that? All right.
In my head, it don't feel the same. Can't understand why you took them away. Rest in peace, look over, run away. And I'm just trying to find a way. But I just cannot find a way. And I'm just trying to find a way. But I just cannot find a way. And I'm just trying to